Yo, what's going on guys? Welcome back to another video. And today I feel like talking about some cryptids. Those elusive creatures that humanity can't physically see or capture. Cryptid sightings were very active back then, mainly for Bigfoot with that viral picture of him taken from an airplane. Or the Kraken actually becoming real with the features of it being extremely large, a little exaggerated. Looking up cryptids now, there's little to no talk about any sightings or new discovery. So I thought to myself, do we discover every single cryptid on this planet? Is there some hidden cryptids people are hiding from the media because of their cultish uses? Or living through their ET arc? Whatever the answer is, it seems to me that there's a few cryptids that I've seen through my research that I've never heard of, which answers my question of is there any new cryptids? And while looking them up, I can tell you there are some weird and disturbing cryptids that hasn't been talked about on YouTube that I've seen. So I want to share those cryptids with you. I want to expose their existence with you guys. But before we start, I just want to say that if you hit that like button and subscribe, you'll discover a brand new cryptid and become filthy rich from it. This is the key loot. What the fuck am I looking at? It looks to me like a very anorexic, mangy dog you see next to your local UK pub. So what is a Kilu? Well, this entity is an Inuit legend. What is Inuit legend? I have no clue, but I did find out that Inuit is a religion where indigenous people from Alaska, northern Canada, and the Greenlands share spiritual beliefs and practices of Inuit. The legends or supernatural beings that accompany this religion are a whole other video to get into. Like for example, the Mahaha, a demon that terrorizes the Arctic and tickles its victims to death. Sound like a tickle fetish is a wet dream right there. By the way, if you don't know what that is or know what that term means, don't look it up. Anyway, back to the doggo. The Kilu is sometimes referenced as a spirit of death. It takes the form of a malevolent, black, hairless dog with the sole purpose of preying upon humans. His ability is to completely erase his existence, to never leave any tracks while hunting, making it extremely hard for his prey to realize he's being watched until it's too late. Next on our list is the Blob. From the picture, I'm sure we all seen this somewhere and thought someone just made this to scare people who have thalassophobia. But turns out this thing is supposedly a real cryptid, which is new to me, so I had to bring this guy up. It's stated that no one has ever seen it, but has heard from it. On a Monsters Wiki, it was detected on several occasions in 1997 by a hydrophone array deployed by the United States National Ocean and Atmospheric Administration. The noise, which came to be known as the blob, bears a striking similarity to that made by a generation of an iceberg. However, sometimes scientists and cryptozoologists have speculated that it is, in fact, the call of a pre-undiscovered marine animal of gargantuan proportions. Citing several commonalities between the blob and the vocalizations of other marine creatures as evidence, there is a recording on YouTube that plays of the clip of the blob that I want to play for you guys and want you to decide for yourself if this is real or not. As someone who hates the ocean, I can say I believe something made that noise. It may not be the blob, but for sure it was a living, colossal, titanic creature down there, just chilling. That freaks me out. If you know the sperm whale, and you know that the noises make is pretty loud, loud enough to rupture your eardrums and even cause tissue damage that can leave you dead in seconds. It's kind of crazy if you think about like this creature's or whatever this is noise I just made, and probably how loud it was. Imagine being close to that thing or semi close to it, and you hear that. You're truly fucked. This cryptid comes from South Africa. The Tikoloshi or Tokoloshi is a supernatural water spirit dwarf from Ngoni mythology. This short gremlin would attack people in their sleep and is said to be part of the reason why many people in the Zulu culture used to sleep with their beds raised off the floor. As you can see in this photo, the gremlins can't climb for shit and has no hops for some reason. These munchkins come in a variety of shapes. One constant reciting seems to be their small size. Sometimes they are described as small humanoid creatures, and the other times they are described as more primitive-like. I believe their origins come from people who used to sleep on grass mats with campfires surrounding them to keep them warm, will end up dead from carbon monoxide poisoning. But since this was before science was advanced enough, the healthy individuals who die from the unknown reasons, their loved ones would conjure up a folklore creature deeming it Tikoloshi. Do I believe in this? No, not really. I'm sleeping on floor almost every day. Got kicked out of the crib, so yeah. I haven't been attacked by no stupid Tikoloshi, but I have been getting attacked by some bums recently. Going back to the US, we travel to Ohio, Loveland, where we meet the Frogman. It's a tale that dates back to the 1950s, when a businessman claimed he saw multiple bipedal frogs along the Little Miami River. Legendary humanoid frogs described as standing roughly 4 feet tall. The fabled Loveland frogs was allegedly spotted most recently in 2016. They're basically walking Kermits. Well, no, not really. Sam Jacobs said he was playing Pokemon Go in mid-August of 2016 when he saw this large frog. From WLWT5 News, they interviewed Sam where he stated that we saw a huge frog near the water. Not in the game, this is an actual giant frog, Jacob told WLWT. Then the thing stood up and walked on its hind legs. I realize this sounds crazy, but I swear on my grandmother's grave, this is the truth. I mean, if he's swearing on his grandmother's grave, obviously he's 100% being honest, so I believe him. Jacob claims the frog stood up around 4 feet tall. He sent a picture that he took of the creature to support his claim. Here it is. Could this frog be a man? Maybe it's a little guy in a suit. Maybe it's just a giant toad that we haven't seen yet. We may never know, but that picture is quite a disturbing one at that. Another half animal, half man cryptid. This one seems to be the most dangerous looking of the cryptids I've spoken of, described as a 7-foot tall monster with a dog head and a torso of a man. It is also described to have white, blue, or ember eyes, with a howl that is said to be sound like a human scream. The dogman was spotted back in 1887 when a couple of lumberjacks spotted him as they were working. Since then, a bunch of sightings have been called out of seeing this tall dogman. One instance that stand out to me was from a man in 1938. In 1938, this guy was fishing along the Muscogee River when a pack of wild dogs appeared to attack him. He was able to scare most of them away by firing a shotgun into the air, but one seemed to be unfazed by the firearm and instead stood still on its hind legs and glared at the man with his bright white eyes. Now when looking this cryptid up, it turns out that there may be 2 different alternate versions of the dogman, each one being found in their respective areas. The dogman that we were just talking about was located in Michigan. The Beast of Bray Road, which is a way cooler name, was found in Elkhorn, Wisconsin. And the well-known werewolf was cited to be known pre-Christian beliefs. Now, they all could be rubbed together into being the same thing, but if you're a true alpha male like me, you can tell the difference between of each cryptids. Speaking of me, as the true alpha male, I am la bête du Giviron. Android Code, or the name everyone knows him as, the Smiley Man, is an alleged humanoid entity that tends to smile at everyone that encounters him. I have known about this cryptid before, but I just wanted to talk about it because it's one of my favorite cryptids out there. It's supposed to be an alien due to it being seen with UFOs when UFO activities would occur. But it's also believed that it's possible that it's connected to the Men in Black. The Smiley Man was first seen on October 16, 1966, when 2 boys, Mouse and Jimmy, in New Jersey were walking on 4th Street when they saw a surreal figure standing near a fence. As they walked closer, the figure was a tall, bald man wearing a metal green suit who was staring right at them with a huge grin. The idiosyncratic man chased them until they got away from him. UFO sightings were also reported around the area. The same year, another sighting happened in West Virginia. The Lilly family had been reported poltergeist activity in their homes, such as diamond-shaped lights and all that jazz. The daughter, Linda, was sleeping one night and awoke to see a man standing over her. The daughter, quote, "He was a man, a big man, very broad. I couldn't see his face very well, but I could see that he was grinning at me. He walked around the bed and stood right over me. I screamed again and hid under my covers. When I looked again, he was gone." With these sightings being documented, people were split on the Smiling Man being an alien that lives amongst us, repopulating the grow hybrid aliens or some smic. I don't know. On the other side, people thought the Smiling Man was a ghost or a spirit of some kind that was connected to the poltergeist event that happened to the Lilly family. Me personally, I lean towards the alien aspect without the living amongst us, but instead just observing us, spectating us, if you may, just like the G-Man from Half-Life. None of that mixed breeding, hybriding stuff. That's just weird. But yeah, the Smiling Man for me is probably the creepiest out of all of them. Truly, just the fact that one, why is it smiling? And two, what's the whole purpose of it? What's its meaning? Why is it here? You know, it's some type of uncanny valley. That's really cool. I like it. From June 30th, 1764 to June 9th, 1767, between 82 and 124 people were victims of the beast of Givaudan. This is possibly another werewolf type, or more like a wolf. So basically, it first appeared to a young woman who was tending to her cattle when she was attacked by the creature that is like a wolf, yet not a wolf. She's able to survive because of her herd surrounding her and defending her, charging at the beast when it approached. After that, the attacks continued, and throughout the summer and into autumn, the ferocious beast attacked and partially ate women and the young, and according to the reports, lone adult men as well were also targeted. There were so many attacks that some speculated there were in fact 2 or more beasts attacking this village. The people of Guaveron was horrified of this beast that was attacking anyone it could lay its eyes on, but didn't want to live in fear forever, as bounties were offered and hunters combed the countryside looking for this beast. Or beasties? Beasties? Mr. Beast? I don't know. The beast was described by an eyewitness as somewhat more than a typical wolf. Some say it was as large as a horse, with its coat a reddish gray with a long, strong panther-like tail. What makes this cryptid unique to me is that it actually has an ending to it. During a sudden outbreak of attacks in early June, a man named Jean was able to shoot the beast, stopping the killings once and for all. Now, I never heard of this cryptid ever existing, which makes sense because it was mainly in French, and also the fact that no other sightings have been announced since its death on June 19th, which is why I put this in my list. I mean, you need to give the title the most dangerous on this list to the Beast of Gavaudan, mainly because of the fact that it actually took multiple lives, putting fear in hearts of people of Gavaudan. Alright, that was it for this video. I want to say thank you so much for watching this far into the video. I hope you guys learned some new cryptids from this video. Cool or creepy to your liking. If you like this and want to see more, let me know in the comment section. And now think about making a new video on this. I do read comments and I do appreciate them, each and every one of them. So make sure to subscribe for more content and ring that bell. And I hope to see you guys soon. Later.